Hey guys, this is Rob with Next Gen Rider here. So today we're going to be doing a unboxing of the Ricoel 5-inch motorcycle navigation system. So here on the computer I'll show you a couple of places you can get this device if you're interested in it. I ordered it from Alibaba as a sample. You can see right here I paid $70 for the unit. I did not have it sent to me for free. Shipping was a little pricey on this. I think it was $35 to get it shipped to me here in the Philippines. So it was around 105 bucks to get the unit. It's available on their website, and depending on your mounting options, they give you economy free shipping. Let's say a RAM mount, $109. So basically about the same price on their website. So anyway, let's turn the camera around and take a look. Okay, so here we go. We have the device in the box. Pretty generic boxing. It's not branded, but it is for anyone that wants to do resale. It is a nice package, a nice box. Let's open it up. So they give you an instruction manual. This covers the basics of the device like any other one. It tells you what's included, it tells you how to wire the device up, and gives you some navigation instructions. This device is pretty simple. It's going to be pretty intuitive. There's a mobile app. If you get this configured with video, you can use a mobile app to access and download video. Pretty straightforward here. So we'll take everything out. Give it a look. All right, we'll start off with the display. So the reason I'm interested in this device in particular is that it is a detachable device. Now, if you get this configured with cameras, then the cameras are going to impact that detachability, if you will. The cameras will be wired up to the wiring harness. So there you have it. It's a 5-inch screen. Pretty nice build quality. It's got a 1-inch ball mount on the back. We'll look at the RAM kit in a minute. And then you have a thumb screw. So what we want to do is we'll unscrew this thumb screw to where it's free. And then the display is captured in the sunshade enclosure. And you can see you have pogo pins here, spring loaded, and then the plastic housing. So on the device itself, here's the rear flat pogo pin contacts. You do have a speaker, SD card cover here. I'm not going to be using SD card on this. There's no cameras on this device. And then you have a screen off, screen on button here. And pretty decent build quality. So we'll turn it on here in a little while, and so when you snap it in, you get a click, and then it's captured by this release, and then you can screw it down for added security. But I like this unit for the idea of security. If you're going to go park your bike somewhere and you want a unit that you can take off your bike and secure it, secure your display, you can do that with this Ricoel for a pretty reasonable price. This does have TPMS, so you have 2 TPMS sensors with lock nuts and a wrench. We'll look at the power connections first. There's 2 cables here to give you a couple of options for powering the device. You have a brick, which is kind of a bummer, but so 12 volt, there's no accessory lead on this, or you would use accessory. There's no standby power on this, I should say. A black and red lead to power the unit. And then you have your watertight quick connect fitting here, which will attach to the cable on the back of the bracket. Also, you can use the same watertight connection cable with a USB connector to power it just off to a USB port. So nice that it gives you a couple of different powering options depending on whether you want to hardwire it or not, and whether you have USB available on your bike. The mounting kit, I'll go ahead and open this up. It's pretty straightforward, generic hardware. You get 2 sizes of U-bolts with 1 bar spacer and then a rubber cover and bolts with nylon locks, and then a couple of plastic covers to go on the ends of the U-bolts. So your hardware there, and then you have a bar bracket that you can use to clamp onto a bar, or you have the mirror mount bracket that you can place under your mirror stock, and then you'll use the ram style clamp to clamp to whichever bracket you've chosen to use. They also provide you with a small screwdriver to access the SD card, remove the SD card cover, and install and remove your SD card. So there you have it. That's the kit in a nutshell. $70 plus shipping from Ricoel. So let's power it up and see what this thing does. Okay, let's go ahead and do a quick little bench test of the Ricoel C5 Super System with TPS only, no cameras. So I have it hooked up to my power supply with the brick connector here. So what we'll do is we'll power it on. You get a splash screen with the, looks like maybe a Benelli on there, not sure. Then you get a system loading message, and then you're up and running with the control panel. I'm not going to link it yet. We're just going to kind of take a quick little tour. This device does have GPS, so you get the compass with directionality. Up here it tells you some navigation. You click here and this will always take you home. Date, time. So this will get the date and time from the CarPlay Android Auto connection. Then up here you get indicators for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, your speaker, and then whether or not you have the link sharing or the mirroring active. And then here are your TPMS readings. Here you also have a display with your speed in kilometers per hour. I did not see a way to change this to miles per hour. And then I believe when this is on the bike and you actually start achieving speed, this will kind of scale with your speed. Down here we have the navigation. This would take you into CarPlay or Android Auto if you have a connection, but if you don't have the connection, it's just going to tell you. You also have options for AirPlay, and this is to make your DVR connection with the mobile app if you had cameras on the system. And then mirroring, let's see what that's about. That's some kind of Android Auto functionality for mirroring. Let's see. And I think that's just going to allow your device to act as a true mirror for your Android device. Not sure how useful that would be. We'll go back to CarPlay and then we'll move on. So here are your link settings. So this audio transfer, basically this dictates whether the audio comes out of the speaker of the device or remains on your phone. I would think that most people would use an intercom system for decent audio in the helmet, and you would want to leave that off. But if you wanted to play audio on the little speaker on this device, you could turn that on, and that's where your audio would be come from. So link toolbar, there's a hot button that's available in CarPlay. I'll leave that on so I can demonstrate that to you after we make the CarPlay connection. And then here is Bluetooth. Now I've paired my Bluetooth in the past, so it shows you that. It gives you the Bluetooth ID, and then you can restart or unpair. And let's see. Yeah, that covered. Now we'll go into settings. So here it gives you the Wi-Fi SSID. Again, this would be if you had cameras and you want to connect your mobile app to the internal Wi-Fi. I'm not going to demonstrate that. We don't have cameras on this. Here is display. You can control your backlighting here. You can also do it via the hot button straight in CarPlay or Android Auto. And then you have screen sleep. So after 1 minute or 3 minutes, you can turn the screen sleep on. And then you can configure the location of the screensaver display. Haven't really seen that work yet. I don't tend to use screensaver on my devices. So I'm going to turn that back off. We'll leave the backlight all the way up. Then you can choose languages. There's a dozen languages in here that you can select from. We'll go into system. Now here you can turn on a beep on manipulating the navigation. You can set your volume. And this pop-up warning, I'm going to tell you, I don't really know what that is. It's going to throw kind of like a red bar down here at the bottom. I'll leave that on for a minute. You can do factory reset here, and there you can see the red bar that kind of pops up, and I have no idea what that's about right now. If I figure that out, I'll do a video and let you guys know. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. I'll turn off beep. It's kind of annoying. Let's see. Oh, now we want to go into GPS. So here's a GPS that's going to show you all the active GPSs. I'm in my house with block walls. You're not going to see them here. But if you're on the bike, you would see these scale, see all the GPSs. It would calculate, determine your longitude and latitude, what your speed is, and what your GPS time is. And I had GPS connectivity. I think it will also update the system time based on GPS if you don't have a cellular connection via CarPlay Android Auto. I think it does that. Now we'll go into here, straightforward. You can set your time manually. There's no real reason to do that. It's going to grab the time once you make a CarPlay Android Auto connection. Also set your time zone there. This is kind of interesting. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if Ricoel is developing a remote control product. But it says there's you can pair a remote control device. That could be interesting depending on the capability. I'll cancel out of that. Then you can choose for your wallpapers on your home screen. So I'll change that, and then here you can see the wallpaper changed. And then lastly, you have system info with your software version, and then the model of your device. So it's pretty straightforward, very basic, especially without cameras. The system doesn't do a whole lot, but what it does do, it seems to do pretty well. So I'm going to go home. We're going to turn on Bluetooth on my device. Now we have Bluetooth on, and we should get a CarPlay Android Auto connection shortly. And there, now we have CarPlay. So within CarPlay, this is going to, look exactly like CarPlay in any other device. You have a home button that'll take you back to the home page of the device. You go back into linking, and now you're in CarPlay. Here's what Google Maps looks like. Forgive my internet, it's a little bit slow on my mobile device. We'll go into My Route. There's My Route. So the performance as far as connectivity between the device and the phone is quite good. This unit doesn't do necessarily a lot, but what it does do, it does pretty well. Here's the hot button that I was telling you about, so you can select that and then you can immediately go home. You can do a volume adjustment here if you're using volume to the speaker of the device. And then you can also set the brightness via the hot button. So that's starting to become pretty common. And so what I'll show you is, oops, let's go home, and then we'll go into settings. I believe it's system settings. Nope, not that one. Where was it? Display? No. That was system pop-up. Lost it. Touch the sound. Oh, I think it's link setting. Oh, link toolbar. There we go. There's a link toolbar. Okay. So now we go into link, and now your hot button is gone. So if you don't like the hot button and you want it off the screen, you can turn it off. So we'll go back home. I tend to like it. So, whoops, we want to go into link setting. So I leave that turned on. So there you have it. In a nutshell, a basic overview of the C5 Super System. $70. To be honest, for, there's a lot of inexpensive systems out there, but you always get what you pay for. And for $70 for this system, for Ricoel, for a detachable device, let's unscrew it. What I'll do is I'll show you from power off to the thumb screw all the way out, how quickly we can insert it into the bracket, snap it in, and power up to CarPlay. There's the home screen. And now we have CarPlay. So not too bad. Not the quickest connection in the world, but it is very, very reliable. I've been playing with this a little bit. And from inserting a removable device in, powering up, and getting to home CarPlay and into a map navigation is pretty good. Very, very decent. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.